I'm with my friend Navjot, and he's all the way from India. He's a hard-working guy in Hawthorne, and so on his day off, we're going to go out and do a little adventuring up in the mountains. And he has something to say to his parents all the way back into India.
Hello, how are you guys? ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਘੁੰਮਣ ਆਏ ਆ ਹਾਥੋਨ ਨਵਾਡਾ ਸਟੇਟ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਯਾਰ ਆ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਾਈਕਿੰਗ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮਾਊਂਟੇਨਸ। ਸੋ I think we enjoy this day a lot.
It looks like it's going to be a little bit of a chilly hike, so we brought plenty of clothes, we've got plenty of food. It's probably going to be a lot cooler up there. We're heading in here to the wet part. You ready to get your socks wet, Navjot?
Not yet, but I'm not.
Yeah. So that's what I was talking about, Navjot. There used to be a town there where the resort is, and there's a big avalanche that knocked it out.
You see the jungle over there?
Yeah.
It's coming from the in between of the mountain. It's like a milk river.
You think the clouds are moving pretty fast?
Yeah, they are moving pretty fast. It's like moving more than a normal speed.
Right. Does this remind you at all of some parts of the Himalaya mountains back home? Or?
Yeah, you are right.
No.
This also shows like time goes very fast.
Yes.
So enjoy your life.
So you think there's a lot of rocks up there?
Yeah.
So that does kind of remind you of the mountains back home?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's good.
You see the eagles are flying over there.
Right. Cool. Glad that sun is coming out.
You see the shapes of the clouds at the mountains.
Right.
Looking awesome.
I really like this mushroom. It's got pretty good size on it. It's so symmetrical. Look at that caterpillar, the spikes on him and the color. How interesting. So we reached the famous barrel that everybody always passes. I've got this little lake here is called Blue Lake.
Okay.
And it's right below Crystal Lake. Hi everybody. Well, I just ran across this season's first deer hunter, Dustin from Lodi, California in the San Joaquin Valley. And he's up here scouting around, and the perfect weather, perfect time of year to be up here scouting for deer. So what do you think? Think you're gonna have a good season? Feel your tag?
I believe so, yeah. Me and my dad were up here since last Friday, and
oh wow.
Dad killed a 4x3 up about 10,000 foot elevation.
Okay, muley 4x3.
Yeah, so he killed opening morning. And,
wow, 10,000 foot elevation. How do you get him out of there up that tall?
We were lucky to find a 4-wheel drive trail on that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Not necessarily back here where we're at. You gotta, shoot, we're about 4 miles back in from the trailhead right now.
I guess you could use a pack horse or mule and bring them out.
Yeah, if you end up getting one, you got to field dress it and bone it out, and then that's why I'm carrying this pack here, and then you just. You know,
Dustin, have you seen any of the Sierra type of the bighorn sheep in your travels? And
I have
around?
not
You
yet.
have not.
I have been looking, definitely.
Yeah.
The backside of Lundy has a bunch of postings for it and stuff. I've been glassing up high.
Any mountain lions?
No, there's a lot of bear I've been seeing.
Yeah.
But no mountain lions, no bighorn sheep yet.
Okay. So how was it? Pretty hard to pull a tag for this area up in the Sierra?
It was, definitely was. Me and Dad probably cashed in. It was a total of like 20 years worth of preference points to get in.
Wow. It took a long time to get to hunt up here.
Long time. I heard some other people got drawn after 8 years.
Right.
There's, 3 people putting in, each having 8 preference points to get drawn.
Yeah.
But we had a bunch. We were putting in for some other areas for a few years, and this one had good statistics the last year or two. So
you know, it's really interesting because a lot of times hunters get a lot of bad press and so forth, and that's really not fair because I think a good hunter that's responsible, that a clean shot where the animal doesn't suffer. Actually, hunters and fishermen are very good conservationists. Well, good luck filling up the freezer with some good, healthy deer venison.
yeah, definitely.
Nice visiting with you.
Yeah, I was good running into you guys.
Pretty old snow.
Yeah.
But this is the first snow field, is right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
It freezes like a stone, like a rock.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the bottom snow of that.
Probably have to walk over that, Navjot. I know, I've been across this before,
Over here?
Yep.
Let's go.
So Navjot and I made it back up to Crystal Lake. And of course, we're right at the May Lundy Mine site. There's the cabin and so forth, and we'll see some of the other parts of it in a minute.
Oh my God. That looks like a big cannons over there, which used for the World Wars.
It's a lot bigger than you think.
Yeah.
My friend Sarah went down and she was right in the middle of the flywheel, and she didn't even cover half of that.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the museum might have any research about the old May Lundy Mine. I'll have to ask my friend Kellie, the curator, see if she's got any information. Hi, Kellie.
How are you?
Good. We gotta follow Kellie over here to see what she found out in her research.
Okay, gold was discovered in the west end of Lundy Lake in 1879, and that would have been known better as the Homer Mining District. The town of Lundy was settled at that site and became famous for its scenic alpine location, numerous avalanches, which destroyed homes and power plants and taking many lives over the years. And that's what wiped out the town.
Right. Well, when we hiked up there the last time, I remember we had to come down because we almost got snowed on. It was so cold. Remember that there was even signs mentioning how that they had to rebuild all the works and the ore cart tracks, everything. Every year they got damaged with all the avalanches up there, and we saw a huge avalanche when we were up there.
We did, and look at this picture here. That's the mill of the Lundy Mine, up where we were at.
Yeah. It reminds me of the one that's over in Berlin, Nevada.
Yeah, it does look a lot like that. At first I thought, was this in the town? And then after reading it, I realized that no, it was up in that area that we were at. And I thought, wow, that would have been tough to get things in and out of there on that high, steep road.
Is this a picture of Lundy Lake?
Yes, it's Lundy, California, seen on the shore of Lundy Lake in about 1910.
Oh, that's the town where the little fishing resort is. Okay.
And that's one of the worst avalanche disasters in March of 1911. So this is a year before the avalanche came and destroyed the power plants and quite a few other things. There's a woman out there, her name is Zena Abbott. She wrote a book called Her Independent Heart. And, you know, it's a historical fiction. It's, you know, basically a romance novel. But there's a key event in the book that was involving the May Lundy Mine. So I thought maybe that might be an interesting read. I have not read it yet. Okay, the May Lundy Gold Mine was formed about 1879, just as O.J. Lundy, who moved into the area, named the sawmill after his son William Lundy, which in turn named the mine after his daughter May Lundy. That photo is of May Lundy now as an adult. Well, it doesn't sound like they made a lot of money. There was 2 different times when they sold it or closed it down. In 1884, it was closed down. They were basically going broke. The Undersheriff Wilcox closed down the mine at noon and the mill at 9 o'clock that night. He assigned men at both the mine and the mill to prevent further work from debts that were satisfied. The total indebtedness was estimated between $35,000 and $40,000, a tremendous sum of money during that time. And then later on in 1921, Thomas Hanna bought
The
it.
second time that it...
Right, this is the second time. This is
Okay.
later.
And Thomas Hanna married Wanda Muir, which was John Muir's eldest daughter.
Right. So they bought it, paying the backpack taxes, which was $35,000, $40,000, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right.
And then they were unable to basically make it. I think it was the war that came down.
I think the war shut them down. They had to.
Right. Yeah, between lack of help and
yeah, couldn't get any dynamite and all that kind of stuff.
Right. There were just lots of things that were
getting shut down.
Yeah, so they ended up closing it. John Muir was born in Dunbar, Scotland, and his family immigrated here when he was about 11 years old.
Right.
So he, you know, pretty much lived in America.
He's really well known. A lot of people have heard of John Muir, and there's a lot of California with the John Muir. There's even a redwood forest called Muir Woods north of San Francisco. That's very beautiful too. There's lots of places. So John Muir is very well known.
Right. He was always a naturalist. He did go to college and he studied science and he studied nature and he was into rocks and, you know, just the environment in general. He was very dedicated to that.
Right.
Although that's not what he did for a profession.
Was he a farmer?
Yeah, he was a farmer at one time, an inventor, a naturalist. He even sawed wood at a mill for a while. He's done a lot of different types of jobs. So that wasn't really his main focus, but it was his mission in life, but it wasn't how he made his money. Let's just say it like that. Because, I mean, he did have a family. He did get married. He did have 2 daughters, and
their farm was over by Antioch, California.
Yes.
That's a long way to go. Back in years ago, that's a long way to go. You were even talking about going up the old Tioga Pass Road, and you said even back in the day when it was, I think your grandmother said that road was terrifying.
Yes,
so
she did. She said
it's
very
still
scary. Yeah,
so
very
that was
scary.
a long way back in the day to be going
Yes.
up from San Francisco Bay Area to up to the High Sierra.
You bet it was. So, you know, he did marry. He did have 2 children, daughters, Wanda and Helen, I think the other name was.
Helen.
And Wanda's the one that married the
Thomas.
guy that bought the mine in the 20s.
Right.
So that's kind of where the connection comes. But he was a very dedicated person to
Thomas Lundy in 1921.
Right, and he would take his daughters out hiking when they were little and got them kind of involved in it as well.
Right.
So it just sort of blossomed over time because he was very interested in it.
I just noticed reading about Wanda Muir. She did an excellent job of polishing her father's reputation, and she got all the rough burrs and the kinks out of his reputation, and now he's very well known.
Right, and he did a lot in Yosemite. A lot of his areas were in the Yosemite area. Okay, now in 1896, Muir became involved with a man named Gifford Pinchot, and he's the national leader of the conservation movement. He was the first of the United States Forest Service and leading spokesman for sustaining use of natural resources for the benefit of the people. Eventually, their views clashed and they separated and they went their own ways.
So it's interesting with the John Muir Wilderness, that's where he used to do the horse packing. And of course, a lot of people actually traverse the John Muir Trail also. And it's right in the same region, very close to Hawthorne in the Eastern Sierra.
That's correct. Mostly in the Yosemite area.
In the Yosemite area.
John Muir Wilderness.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But he did have a little bit of a personal life. He did have a farm, 22,600 acres of a fruit orchard in Martinez, California.
I saw a black and white picture of that farm. It's kind of near Martinez, which is near Antioch.
Right.
And it's kind of near where the Sacramento River Delta empties in. Not San Joaquin, where the Sacramento comes down.
Right.
And they had a very nice Victorian home and I know farming and I know raising fruit orchards, that kind of thing. They had a very nice place. So I imagine everyone went there to get their fruit from that farm there.
Right, and that farm still exists, even though he died when he was 76.
Just look for the big flag when you're looking for the Mineral County Museum. And there's a park right there. You can park across the street, you can have your lunch, walk your dog, and come on in and take a look. But it's snowing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's snowing. It's beautiful, like a little crystals from the heaven.
Navjot and I are going to go up to where the entrance was to the mine. I know Sarah Jane was just up here last week and found it. She really knows what she's doing about these mines. But it's pretty obvious this is where it is.
Looks pretty mysterious.
So here we're coming right up on it. I think Sarah was spot on when she said either they filled it on purpose or just naturally it filled up to keep people out. There you can see it. Right in there. There's the mine entrance.
The holes of the tunnel, so like there are like some fences over there. It's like it looks like the structure when it's the avalanches over there.
Yeah.
It's buried under the big stone.
Right.
So there is the fences and the holes of the mines and
The
there is
supports.
structures. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good call.
there are the pipelines and the lines are broken, heavily digged in the big stones.
So Navjot, remember when I was talking about John Muir, how he was instrumental in preserving this area in the Hoover Wilderness and Yosemite and so forth? It's kind of interesting that his daughter, Wanda, and their husband were actually owned this gold mine at one time.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I think that's the good thing. This is the better way to preserve the wildlife and the nature of the world of the America. So
yeah,
that's the good thing.
yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Look at these plates. It's all strewn in here. Look at all of this. This is a broken one here. You know, the last time I was up here, that was all covered in snow. You couldn't even see that. I walked across the top. I didn't even know that was there. Let's take a look.
They made like a dam to like
It looks
stop
so.
the flow of the water.
It looks like it was. Look at that. It's made by stone and old timbers.
Yeah, they use
Yeah.
the old timbers to block the
Yeah,
to make a wall over there.
yeah. Snow is falling. We're making our way up the side of the mountain. That would take a while just to get to that TV frame. It's way up there. And these are loose rocks. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's like the teeny rocks, which are very slippery.
Yeah. I got a break in the wind. So Navjot, do you think the weather's getting bad? Do you think we should leave while it's snowing?
I think we have to leave because we are getting the snowstorm over here.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's maybe continue for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So I think we have to leave because we don't want to stuck over here for the night.
Yeah.
Because
You don't want to get stuck in the mountains, go sleep in these rocks for the night?
Yeah, because we don't have any shelter or we don't have any tent, so
Yeah. Oh man, I thought you were a tough mountain man.
yeah, we are. But
From the
like,
Himalayas, this is nothing.
yeah, it's nothing. You know, but I have to work tomorrow too, so that's why.
Well, in that case, since you have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why.
Like I said, everybody, this is a hard-working young gentleman right here. Hard-working guy. He's going to go a lot of places in life.
Yeah.
I really think so. I think he's going to be a successful businessman. I would bet money on that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I
Yeah.
hope we will like travel to the India soon of the
Yeah.
Himalayas.
Yeah. He's even invited me to come visit maybe
Yeah.
sometime in India. How awesome. They're a very nice family. So anyway, but yeah, it's kind of fun sitting here getting snowed on in the sun. But it's time to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can really see the snow on us right now. Especially on you, my friend. You're getting it on your beard. You can see it.
Yeah, it's like little state over here.
Well, we got out of the snowstorm and out of the wind. We had a really nice lunch. We kind of traded some different things. Actually, I had some really good homemade Indian food with a lot of, what was that, curry in it? What was that?
Is a Maggie will like put some vegetables like onion,
Yeah.
garlic, and the peas. And,
Woo! It was spicy for
spicy,
me
yeah.
as American. It was spicy, but it was
it's
good.
spicy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's snowing right now. It was snowing pretty hard just a little while ago, but
Yeah.
we took a break and got out of the wind right by this pine tree. Had a pretty big lunch, nice conversation, and I think it's about time to head on out of here. Do you still want to check out the mine ruins, or you want to skip it? It's your choice.
Yeah, we will still want to check out.
Okay, we'll go down there.
Okay.
This is a big flywheel again. I know that Sarah was here, I think, just last week, and today it's snowing. It seems like it always snows every time I come up here, but it sure is plenty big. And look how big the amount of how thick the steel is too. Yeah. All kinds of equipment in here. I think it's all rusted. Or it's frozen up. Look at this, probably even had a belt or something right here too. Pretty amazing.
Thing.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, here the big tanks for the chemicals,
Right.
maybe the oils,
Right.
and here the whole structure of the. I think these are the machines, maybe.
Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
how they fitted those.
Yeah, right
The
there,
stone.
over there.
And
with
look at
the-
that big
with the
gear.
holes, yeah.
Look at that big gear
Yeah.
up there. Goodness.
It's like almost messy over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So look how big that tailing pile is, Navjot.
Yeah, it's very
It's like
big
a
over
mountain.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Still quite a lot of equipment. It must have
Yeah,
been a
it's-
lot of money back in the day.
Yeah, it's like cost millions of the dollars over there.
Probably
like,
nowadays,
because
yeah.
according to their weight, they use a tons of iron or aluminum.
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
silver's in that.
Even the price of steel. And look at the size of
Yeah.
those rivets on that.
Some holes in that.
Yeah. Oh, look at all the stuff that's in there.
Yeah, the
How
stuff is-
interesting. What are those?
I think these
Yeah.
are, see the holes over
Yeah,
there?
yeah. I see that. And look at the rivets on these things.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Really
a lot of steel. I mean, can you imagine how much that weighed to bring it up that road that we just got through hiking up?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Look at
almost-
that. So we're getting a little break in the weather, and we're gonna get a little bit closer to Crystal Lake. Be really careful because we know it's got some toxic soil and so forth.
Look at that mountain.
Yeah. You can see how windy it is. Look at the wind just ripping across the Crystal Lake. The mountain heather is still blooming. It's melting under there. There's the tailing pile. There's the Crystal Lake. Navjot's a really good hiker.
I
It's
think the water is toxic.
yeah, it's too bad the water's toxic because it
Yeah.
sure is pretty. It still looks like a Crystal Lake, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
It looks like-
It's kind of sad that it got polluted like that.
This part looks like a positive part and the negative part.
Yes. You can see that sleet starting to accumulate. So I've got my winter stormy chromer hat on because it was cold up there in the mountains. It was snowing, wasn't it, Navjot?
Yeah, it's too much cold in the mountains. I also
Yeah.
had the jacket with me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's rainy and
Yeah.
sometimes it's like the wind
you're
is very
used to it.
fast over there. Yeah.
You're used to it.
Yeah, we are used to it.
Yeah.
That's the good thing.
So he grew up in the part of India, especially when he was younger, up in the Himalayas. They're even taller than the Sierra in the Himalayas.
yeah.
And anyway, we had a really good time, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we spent a very wonderful time over there in the mountains. So
Yeah.
Barry is a good buddy, so we have a like very wonderful time. We like
Did you
lunch
have fun?
together. Yeah, a lot of fun.